Lake Shawnee Amusement Park has been listed as one of the top 10 haunted places in America, and swarms of ghost hunters from around the globe have come here to see if they can have their own experiences. The park has had its share of tragedy. There have been no less than 5 drownings in the lake and swimming pond located on the property. But it is the tragic death of a young girl in the swings that seems to have garnered much of the visitors' attention. While doing some digging, the owner of Lake Shawnee found native tools which led to an archaeological dig. This led to the discovery of Shawnee graves dating from a variety of time periods. It is estimated that there are over 3,000 buried on the property. On this episode of The Weird Hauntings, medium Jenny Lee explores the grounds of the notoriously haunted Lake Shawnee Amusement Park. So what has been your experience so far now that we're at Shawnee Lake Amusement Park?
Picked up on different entities. I guess the one that's been confirmed so far is a 20-foot tall elemental. It's kind of doesn't really have a form very much. He's just kind of dark and very tall, 20 foot tall. People would be scared of him. But he's just a protector of the land and the plants and the animals. I don't know what kind of elemental he is. He wasn't really showing me his form very much, but I don't know. You can't really tell where he came from. But he's ancient. Like, I think he's probably here from before humans. And I think he can travel through time and space. And he can pop in and out of different places. And I think people would see him appearing and then disappearing.
What about spirits? Have you had any on the other side come to talk to you yet?
Yeah, male Native American. I think he's from the 1600s. He said he died before the white man came. And he doesn't like all the changes. He died from either a spear point or an arrow point to his upper abdomen on the left-hand side. He was pretty young, like in his 20s probably. Maybe even late teens. I think he would make people feel uneasy and queasy. But he's not bad. He's just angry and sad about how things changed. But he's happy and grateful about the offerings that are being placed, which is a new thing. And he's also thinks the guy that runs the place, the tour guide guy, is okay. There's people standing on the tree line over there. There's people standing in the tree line over there. Like a lot of them. They're all lined up beside each other. Because they're going to see what we're going to do. Natives. They want to see what we're going to do. I've seen 2 girls. One was probably between 5 and 8, but she's like a hodgepodge of the essence of what the girl was. It was hard for me to get any information from her because it's just a jumble. I could hear a man yelling and I could see him running, and he was frantically looking for a female, and he was calling her name, and he couldn't find her. And there's a pioneer girl. I think she's just a fragment of herself. I don't think all of her is stuck here. back over toward the mountain on the other side of the water, I think is where her family had a house, probably in the early 1800s. It was really rough, and they were freezing and starving and sick. There was a lot of deaths. I think her and her family are buried close by. People would see her in a raggedy dress with braided pigtails, and she looks terrifying because she's basically looks like she's in her death state. So she would be like really pale, hollow eyes, very thin. And I think she just stands and stares at people. Like people would just see her. And I think it's not just here. Like I think it's in this whole area. Like probably in people's backyards and stuff. I don't know how intelligent of a haunting she is because I think it's just part of her. So I don't know if she does any interacting or if you can communicate with her. I think you would just see her.
Do you know anything about how she died?
Some kind of illness. But she was already like starved, so. And then there's some real fun things here. There's about 2 or 3, I don't know what they are, some kind of creatures. I think one of them was here during the Native American time, but it was something very different. And then now that this place does paranormal investigations and tours, they have changed and transformed and multiplied. They are mischievous, and they want to incite panic and fear because that's their purpose, is they like fear. And I think they make a lot of noise, and I think they would jump on top of things. And I don't know if people would really see them, but they would hear what the stuff they're doing. Running through the tall plants and grass, jumping on top of roofs, making a lot of noise, splashing stuff in the water. They want to scare people. But they're not dangerous, and I don't think they can destroy or hurt anybody because they're terrified of the elemental.
So the owner said that he won't go down the creepy path. So are we going to head down that way?
Like not even during the day?
Not during the day.
So we're going down the creepy path? I don't know about this tree though. I feel like I can see someone hanging from this tree. And it would have had to have been from the last century.
So like 1900s?
Mm-hmm. Like the 20s or the 30s. Somebody accused of some shit that they didn't do.
So it was like a lynching.
Yeah. Black man. He was like, maybe 40. A group of men, maybe 5 or 6 of them. That's why nobody likes this trail.
He's still here?
No, it's just the residual trauma of what happened. Because it's violence and it's anger and it's sadness and it's grief. It's a lot of grief, sadness, and it's very violent.